Hi everybody, it's Ann Patchett and Sparky Van Devender at Parnassus Books. I have a story to tell you. I went out of town this weekend to visit a friend, and on Sunday night, my friend took me to a dinner party hosted by her friends. I wanted to stop and get a hostess gift for the holiday party. Now, my first thought, of course, was a bottle of wine. But the thing with the bottle of wine is they probably already had wine, and let's face it, people drink too much anyway. So no, not a bottle of wine. I thought about bringing them a puppy, but you never know how many puppies they already have and if that puppy would get along with their puppy. So I said, let's go to a bookstore. And my friend drove me to a wonderful local independent bookstore, Madgers and Quinn. Now, the first thing that I went for was the giant New York Times cookbook by Amanda Hesser. But then I thought, I've never tried this woman's cooking, and is it sort of like insulting or presumptuous to bring a giant cookbook to somebody who you've never met? It might just not be her thing. So I thought, no giant cookbook. I asked my friend about her friends, and she said that the husband would like a sort of a science book that was modern and talked about issues of the world. And so I picked Michael Pollan's This Is Your Mind on Plants. And then for the wife, I picked Little Pieces of Hope by Todd Doty, because my friend said that her friend would like a book that was really smart but positive and had good energy. Definitely Little Pieces of Hope. And then I said, are they David Sedaris fans? My friend said, I don't know if they are or not. So of course, I got a copy of David Sedaris, The Best of Me. Now, I went to the party and there were, I don't know, let's say 8 adults. And then there was also one 19-year-old boy. And when I came in with the books, all of the adults at the party started teasing the very nice 19-year-old boy about the fact that he wasn't a reader. Oh, don't give him a book. Oh, he's never going to want to read a book. Oh, he just won't read anything. Now, you want to talk about how to make sure a 19-year-old boy will never, ever read a book? Put him in with a group of adults and then humiliate him about the fact that he doesn't read. So I said to the 19-year-old boy, have you read David Sedaris? And he said, no. And I said, I brought this book for you. It's very funny and it's dirty. And he sat down at the table and started reading the book and never looked up. Now, it might have been because we were all really boring, or it might have been because David Sedaris is the best thing ever. It felt like a holiday miracle. And the kid just read all night, and it was beautiful. And here's Lindsay.
Hi, y'all. I wish I had a cool dinner party story. I do not. What I do have is books. So a request I get a lot when I'm working on the floor is, it's been a rough year. People want something fun to read. They want something fun to give to their friends. So I am here with your heartwarming fun reads. This is a judgment-free zone. We're just here to have a good time. Up first, in the last couple of years, our romance section, which didn't exist when we opened, has just grown exponentially. So a couple of romance titles you can't go wrong with. The Love Hypothesis, Allie Hazelwood. We haven't been able to keep this on the shelf. If you want to give it to a young person in your life and really impress them. I'm sorry, the dogs are having a full-blown fight right at my feet. If you want to give this to a young person in your life and impress them, tell them you know that it was trending on Book Talk. Opie knows it was trending on Book Talk. Another one I love, The Charm Offensive by Allison Cochran. We good? Okay.
One moment, please. Come here, buddy. Pardon the interruption.
Excuse the interruption. Okay, The Love Hypothesis, Allison Cochran. If you've ever watched The Bachelor with one man and a bunch of women, or like, what if he just fell for another man? This is that book. One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, which is a lovely romance with a time travel twist. If romances aren't your deal, Why don't you try a mystery? Richard Osman has been writing a wonderful series. The most recent one is The Man Who Died Twice. The first book in the series is The Thursday Murder Club. If the phrase octogenarian solving murders is appealing to you, check this one out. And for literary fiction, Ruth Ozeki, The Book of Form and Emptiness. Don't be discouraged by the size of this book. It is one of the most hopeful and uplifting and beautifully written books I've seen this year. And if all of those don't work, we have so many copies of Brene Brown's Atlas of the Heart to help you with healing. If maybe none of those feel-good books work and you just want to do the work, grab this one. And up next, we've got Elise.
So if you haven't been to a really cool dinner party lately, then maybe we can just make one up. So here's my dinner party. We're going to have 3 authors. One is a fantasy writer, and so to keep things really fascinating and interesting. And then we're going to have a literary fiction writer to keep things, articulate, intelligent, and keep the conversation going. And then we're going to have a comedian who just will continue to make people laugh. So first one is V.E. Schwab, and this is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. She makes a Faustian deal to live 300 years and never be remembered, the character Addie LaRue. This is such a great book. And I just learned that V.E. Schwab is from Nashville. So what's there not to love about this? Then we have, this is one of my desert island books this year, Lori Frankel's 1, 2, 3. Literary fiction, so uniquely written, and the characters are so beautifully developed, and it's family, and it's touching, and you're laughing, and you really have to think, what is normal anyway? But this is a beautifully written book, and Lori Frankel is nothing but a genius. And then at the dinner table, to keep everybody laughing, it's Laugh Lines. This is Alan Zweibel, and he has written for Gary Shandling and Saturday Night Live, and Larry David blurbed the book. He was the co-creator of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and it's just funny and fun to read. So those are just 3 picks for the holiday season, and now I'm turning it over to Rayanne.
Hi everybody, I have some middle grade books to show you today. I have 2 new graphic novels, Just Roll With It by Veronica Agarwal and Lee Durfee-Lavoie. This is about a girl who likes to play role-playing games. She takes her 20-sided die to school to help her make decisions when she starts middle school, like who to make friends with, or should she attempt to stop the supposed monster in the hallways. Take a look at the great art and read this fun book. Also, Shirley and Jamila's Big Fall by Jillian Gertz. This is a book about 2 kid detectives who are determined to stop the bully in their school. They're going to break into his house and steal all his blackmail notes, but once they do, another intruder is there before them. Does Finders Keepers count when it's $500,000? That's the question in Birdie's Billions by Edith Cohn. This is a story about a girl who finds $500,000 in a house. Her family needs help, so she takes it, but the person who really owns the money comes after her. Have you subscribed to our Spark Book Club and Parnassus Next subscriptions yet? It's not too late to get the December selections. Stunt Boy in the Meantime by Jason Reynolds, illustrated by Raoul III for the Spark Book Club, and Fools in Love, Fresh Twist on Romantic Tales for YA readers, edited by Ashley Herring-Blake and Rebecca Potos. Thanks for listening, and thanks for shopping at Parnassus.